Cowan.
Want access to cash. For some, it's still their preferred method to manage their incomes and their outcomes. For many, it's still something they use, less frequently, but it's still required. I read with interest this morning on the BBC that people are taking out more money when they visit ATMs, with the average amount climbing more than £10 to just under £80 in the last 2 years. My immediate thought was cash is making a comeback. The next line said, but they're using cash machines 40% less than before and withdrawing £44 a month less. And I thought, is this because there's fewer ATMs? When people find one, are they taking out more money so they don't run out before they find another one, which is working and is free to use? But Nick Quinn, Head of Financial Inclusion at Link, said COVID has turbocharged the switch to digital. And while cash usage is down in every constituency in the country, some constituencies have seen a 20% drop, while others have seen as much as 60% over the same time. Different parts of the UK are moving at different rates, and it comes as no surprise that the most deprived areas in the country are likely to be using more cash than the wealthiest. 5 million people still rely on cash. As we heard, 1 million people do not have a bank account. The average adult withdrew £1,500 in 2020. Cash will remain an important part of life for many people for a long time to come. This is reflected in the UK Government statement that they are preserving the long-established traditional services like cash that are integral to people's lives. But the reality is somewhat different. Access to cash is getting harder. In my constituency of Inverclyde, the number of free-to-use ATMs has dropped from 87 to 68 in 3 years. Across Scotland, there's been a 16% reduction, and that's compounded by a loss of 400 bank and building society branches. That's a 34% reduction, which, to be truthful, leaves me none the wiser, because I don't know what are we doing as a society. Are we working towards a cashless society? Is it the UK Government's belief that we're moving towards a cashless society? If so, what is their timescale? I have a number of issues with cashless society that have to be addressed. For it to work, we require technology which is robust, secure and available 24/7. Currently, it is not. Only last Saturday, midway through preparing a meal for friends, I realised I was missing a key ingredient. I went to my local convenience store, and there in the front door it said, cash only. On the ATM, a sign saying, out of order. By good luck rather than design, I had a fiver in my wallet, and my Nigella Lawson fish curry was a huge success. Cash saved my curry. But what if we relied entirely on cashless transactions? And what if it was a serious situation where somebody had to pay a bill to stop the electricity being cut off, or need to pay for a taxi or a bus or a train to get to a loved one in distress, and cash was a thing of the past and the technology had been compromised? What I'm looking for from the UK Government is a destination and a plan. I remember when we transitioned from old money to decimal. It was a perfectly natural thing for me, as a very young child, trying to explain it to my gran, who was used to 12 pennies to the shilling and 20 shillings to the pound. For 240 pennies in a pound, tell her there was now going to be 100. Where's my other 140 pennies? She was baffled by this. To handle these concerns, there was a UK-wide advertising campaign to explain where we were going, what it would mean and how we would get there. If people's fears are to be allayed and those who require cash are not left behind in a two-tier system, then we need to be looking at a hybrid system that accommodates cash and electronic transfers. To make this work, we need a strategy that encompasses a network of ATMs on the high street and in convenience stores. We need post office services and bank counter services. We need cash without purchase and banking hubs that serve our communities. Most importantly, the roles of each of these need to be clearly defined so as they complement each other. And when technology fails, there's a safety net that ensures people can still top up their meters, purchase food and access public transport.